Oh my goodness, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Gigi and I'm so excited for today's video. I've actually been wanting to make this video for a really long time now and I just haven't had the time to get together all my thoughts, but I finally did. That is Pixies, how to find your style. I get so many questions about how I developed my style, how I found my style, and how to find your style. And to be honest, I'm definitely still on my style journey. I'm definitely still figuring it all out. But I definitely feel like more than ever in my life right now, in the midst of really realizing what really makes me feel really good. That should be the #1 priority. You want to feel good. This video is inspired by the one and only Best Dressed Ashley. She did a video like this a couple years ago, so some of the points I make might be repetitions of what she's saying, just because I think they're really good points to make. Most of this is really just from my own experience. Also, I know Jazzy Lee just did a video like this as well. Jazzy, I love you, girl. Want to be your friend, so hit me up. Anyway, definitely go watch both of their videos after this one. But yeah, I have my trusty, dusty computer here with my Notion. I have a whole page dedicated. Let's jump into this. I really like to think of fashion as you are an avatar that you are constantly customizing in different ways to feel good for your occasion. And avatar always kind of have one main outfit that's kind of their essence, kind of just really them. And I feel like that kind of represents trying to find your innermost style, what really makes you light up when you wear it. And then everything else they wear for fun special occasions are things that you can experiment with, because I don't think that finding your style means that you have to be really put into a box. You don't need to just find one style and stick with it. I think it definitely is fun to branch out. But kind of finding your overall style, I think, is really important to A, save you a lot of money, B, just really make fashion a more fulfilling thing in your life. I want to definitely talk about trends. Right now, there has been an explosion of trends in fashion. I feel never before. Trends are moving faster with so much intensity, probably because of TikTok, honestly. And I think it's really important that before you start your style journey, you really need to put your blinders on just a little bit, because it can make finding your style really confusing and really stressful. A few months ago is when I really dedicated myself to becoming a fashion YouTuber, and kind of because of that, I gave myself this big excuse to go buy a ton of stuff so that I could be putting out as much content for you guys as possible. And in the midst of doing that, I didn't take the time I needed to really figure out what felt like me, and instead went straight headfirst into the trends. And honestly, that didn't really feel super genuine to me. The marble print trend, that one, yeah. I was obsessed for a hot minute and I spent way too much money, and took one Instagram picture in them and never wanted to wear them again. And that's not sustainable, and it felt really yucky. So I definitely just think that going into this, it's important to put your blinders onto the trends and really ask yourself, do I like this because I actually genuinely like this, or because it's a trend that I like, or maybe even don't really like, but I'm supposed to like it. It'll save you a lot of money and soul searching. So get that out of your head right now. After you've had that long, hard conversation with yourself about trends, Best Dressed said it as well, but I definitely think the next step is to start in your own wardrobe. One word, people. Closet clean out. That's 2 words. 2 words, people. There's a couple criteria that you need to ask yourself with every single piece. 1, is this something I reach for a lot? Do I gravitate towards this piece and want to wear it weekly or a couple times a month? Number 2, is this a piece that makes you feel comfortable to wear? Everybody's different, but for me personally, there are materials like fleece that I literally will not wear. I think they're really cute and stuff and I'll buy them, but then when it actually comes around to wearing them, I won't do it because the fleece material literally gives me shivers. It feels like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. But for you, it may be I never wear jeans because I find them uncomfortable, or I never wear those heels because they give me blisters. So stuff like that, I think it's really important to remember that as fun as fashion is, it shouldn't make you uncomfortable. And I know there's that saying, beauty is pain. You shouldn't be suffering all day just to be able to wear a shirt that you think is cute. And in the long run, you may buy something like that and be like, I'll just suffer, but you're never gonna reach for that shirt that's really itchy and uncomfortable. And the last thing you wanna ask yourself is, does this piece make me feel confident? Do I feel beautiful? Do I feel like myself in this piece? Or do I feel like I'm kind of putting on a facade that doesn't really feel genuine or doesn't feel like me? Totally, it's fine to like dress up and like kind of step outside your box, but if stepping outside of your box into clothing makes you feel like you're cosplaying in not a fun way, in like an uncomfortable, I don't feel like me way, then that's definitely important to listen to. So once you've narrowed down your closet and you've kind of figured out, okay, these are the things that I gravitate towards, step back and notice if there's any patterns in them. Are there certain colors that you see yourself gravitating to? Fabrics, brands, silhouettes. For me, I seem to really love the baby doll fit. I feel really confident and comfortable in it. It's not something that I used to wear in high school much. I felt a little bit too self-conscious to wear it because I just felt like it was a little bit too out there. But now I'm older and really trying to develop my style, I know that I really love the baby doll fit. I really gravitate towards floral patterns, any type of green, pinks, blues. Then it's important to take note of what you do not like. I do not gravitate towards blazers. I just don't like how they look on me. No, I think they look really cool on other people. And I often don't wear super bright like neon colors. And I don't really often gravitate towards black or gray in my closet as well, unless I need to wear it for like an occasion. And that's kind of the basics of how you figure it out within your own closet. Okay, this next thing has been super helpful in my realization of my style right now. I really stay true to myself with fashion and figuring out my style. And that's actually really like digging deep a little bit and thinking about what is it that I feel the most anxious to wear, because I'm like worried about what people will think of me. Thinking about what that thing is, because whatever it is probably gonna give you a really good indication about what your style is. For me, I've always gravitated towards super uber feminine, just very like delicate, flouncy style, but I've always been a little bit too afraid to wear it really at all, because I was afraid of looking like a little too over the top or a little too overdressed. I think I'm just traumatized from like whenever I wore a dress to high school and like that one girl who comes up to you at lunch. She's like the popular girl and she like sits next to you and she's like, wow, like what are you so dressed up for? Oh my gosh, I could never wear a dress to school. I'd just be too uncomfortable. Like those people. Since then, especially in the past month or two, I kind of was thinking about this and realizing that that type of style was like what I was always kind of afraid to wear but always really wanted to wear. Now that I've kind of been really committing to wearing it so much, I just feel so happy and like so me. One other little tip I have in figuring out like kind of hints at what your style is actually thinking back to your childhood and what you were really into then. Like this may not work for everyone because obviously people change, but for me, I know like the things I wanted to wear as a kid really have not changed. I'm just in bigger sizes now. My favorite books as a kid were Anne of Green Gables, Charlotte's Web, and like books about fairies. And I honestly feel like my style now really emulates that. Like I think the wardrobe I have now would have been like my dream wardrobe as a kid. So if that helps, I don't know if it will, but if it does, you're welcome. All right, now that you've kind of figured out what you like, what you don't like, and kind of figured out a little bit more of hints at what your style could be, now is the time to find your inspiration. Both Jazzy and Ashley talked about this in their video, and I think it's important to say, I think just when you're looking for inspiration, it's really important not to get fashion inspo mixed up with body inspo. Like, do you like something because you actually like that fashion, or because you want to look like the person wearing the outfit? Kind of like following trends, this can be very confusing, and I've definitely been victim to it myself. Also, it's just important to not go down a rabbit hole of like hating yourself when you're looking at Instagram or Pinterest and seeing all these perfect moments or perfect bodies and stuff like that. You are so beautiful. With that being said, my favorite places to get fashion inspiration is on Pinterest. I absolutely love making mood boards. I have my dream wardrobe Pinterest board that just has a ton of fashion inspiration, and I'll just like scroll through Pinterest like a couple times a week and just pin stuff to that. Actually creating boards that you can then look at can really help the style like stand out to you and really make sense of like what you like and what you don't like. So yeah, Pinterest is amazing for that. I also really love saving things to my folders on Instagram. I have a fashion inspo folder similar to my Pinterest board on Instagram, that when I'm just scrolling through Instagram, if I find something that inspires me fashion-wise, I'll just save it to that. And then that's really helpful that when I'm looking for fashion inspiration, I can go to these boards, spot the patterns and what I like, and be able to search for that at the stores or on Depop or whatever. I'm gonna put on the screen right now some of my biggest fashion inspirations on Instagram. All these women are amazing, and I'm just so inspired by them every day. And they all just have really distinct styles. They just make the most beautiful content. Some other places besides Instagram, Pinterest, and Reels, TikTok, all that you can find fashion inspiration is actually within just like the world around you. One of my favorite places to find fashion inspiration is nature. Like, nature is one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to fashion and just like my content in general. I feel like I'm just really inspired by like the colors of nature, like sunsets, flowers. The green leaves are like my favorite thing and bring me so much serotonin. Really just light, airy, dreamy fabrics. These are like what bring me inspiration on a day-to-day, so like why not incorporate that into my fashion, you know? Yeah, so maybe it's not nature for you. You can find inspiration in so many places. Some other really awesome places to look for fashion inspiration are movies, TV, all that. Two of my biggest fashion inspirations, Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City and Jackie Buckhart from That 70s Show. When you're watching film, like, definitely take note of what you like and what you don't like. Like, even in something like, I remember the Marie Antoinette film just had the most beautiful colors and costumes. And obviously I'm not gonna go walking around in an 1800s giant ball gown, but they're like the flounciness, the delicate fabrics, the pearls, little tiny details, the pastel colors are all something that really stuck with me from that movie. Definitely challenge you that whenever you're watching something to really take note of what you like and what you don't like in fashion, and also just like the colors of that film. That may have been really abstract and confusing, but I hope it made sense. All right, next we come to the very exciting step of actually now starting to shop and choose your style. I would definitely say, first of all, you don't need to do this all in one fell swoop. Like, you don't need to just completely get rid of everything in your closet and buy an entire new wardrobe overnight. First of all, that is a lot of money. And second of all, you do it that way, I promise you, a lot of those things that you impulse buy aren't gonna be things that you actually wanna wear down the line. Take your time with this. If you like actually really take your time with it, you'll definitely curate a more genuine wardrobe to you. I also think it's important to start small. I think a really cost-effective, but yet very effective way to start making some changes in your wardrobe is with accessories, whether that be jewelry or shoes, hats, bags, all that. I honestly think that when I started really like finding my style, a huge part of that was finding the magic of hats, branching out with some shoes that I had never tried before, adding some new fun bags, getting some cute jewelry, and all that is a lot less expensive than clothing, but they make really big differences. I think that you should definitely start with thrifting, because thrifting is more sustainable, it's cheaper usually, and you can just find a lot more really unique, fun pieces. Depop is an amazing amazing app. It's my favorite app, like hands down, besides YouTube. Love you, baby. Besides YouTube, it's like my favorite app. I'm on that thing every day. Another really cool thing about Depop is if you like things, physically like them, it will every day curate a new for you page, basically. A bunch of pieces they suggest for you. And that has honestly been the biggest way that I found a lot of stuff recently, because they're really good at suggesting stuff for you. That curated page, chef's kiss, baby. I definitely just think in general, especially if you're a little bit nervous about accidentally getting sucked into the trends, thrift stores, Depop, all that is way easier to stay away from that and actually genuinely develop your style. Then after your accessories and all that, I just make sure that you have your staple pieces. For me, that's a good pair of jeans. That's the right silhouette, because I'm very picky about my jean silhouette. This pair I'm wearing right now is actually my favorite pair. It's the only pair that I feel 100% confident in and is the perfect shape for my body type, and something that I actually want to wear when I want to wear jeans. For me, I also just need a couple good crop tops, one really perfect white top, skirts in general, because I just love a skirt. A maxi, a midi, a mini. And for me, I also, especially right now when it's warm, love dresses. Dresses have been a staple. After you've kind of curated your basics, the staple pieces of your style, and you have a couple accessories, you're basically good to go. And then from there, slowly over the next couple months, you can add some more fun pieces here and there that also really fit your style. Most importantly, perhaps, I want to talk to you guys about confidence. Your #1 priority when wearing your clothing should be to feel good, to feel happy, and to feel like you. And sometimes that can be really tricky, especially if the things that make you feel like you also make you feel nervous to wear out in public. I tell this story a lot, and if you're new to this channel, welcome to the story time. If you're not new, I'm sorry you have to listen to me ramble about this again. It's important, okay? It's one of the life lessons I've learned in my 21 years on earth. The average thing that girls would wear in my high school every day was a nice pair of leggings, a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, and some sneakers. Some Air Force Ones. And that was about it. There's nothing wrong with that. And for some people, it may have really genuinely been their style. For me, it was not, and it didn't make me feel happy or excited or like myself. But I wore it a lot because I wanted to fit in and I wanted to look like the cool girls, and I kind of got me wanting to be a cool girl confused with me liking their style. And I didn't feel confident enough or brave enough, I guess, to wear the things that I actually wanted to be wearing. It would have actually brought me joy. And then senior year, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna branch out with my style. I'm gonna wear the things that I'm always nervous to wear, and I'm just gonna do it. At that point in my high school career, I really only had 2 or 3 friends. I sat alone at lunch a lot, and I was just you know what, I don't care. I'm just gonna wear what I want, and if people are gonna look at me weird, then people will look at me weird. And people did look at me weird when I wore flower crowns to school, but I felt so happy, and I just kind of pretended I didn't see them and just would literally force myself to block it out. And I know that's easier said than done, but with practice it becomes easier. Little secret, a lot of people are probably not staring because they think you're weird. A lot of them are honestly probably staring because A, they think you're cool. They think, wow, that person's outfit is so cool. Or if they are gonna be a prick to you about it, they're probably honestly feeling wow, why am I not confident enough to wear something like that? And they're angry about it. And that's not your problem. I powered through, but I definitely felt self-conscious every day. Senior superlatives roll around, and guess what? I won best dress. I was confused, to say the least. All this time I had thought people were staring at me because they thought I was weird, and I'm sure some of them were, so definitely take that into mind. I'm not saying that to be haha, I won best dressed, I'm amazing, but to kind of prove more of a point that I thought that everyone was looking at me because they thought I was weird, but in the end it was obvious that people appreciated me stepping out of the box with my fashion. So, feels worth it. In the end, you have to realize that people who are gonna do that, if you're in high school and those people are doing that, or in college or whatever, you're not gonna know those people in like 2 years maybe. And the ones you will still know are people who aren't gonna be weird about you wearing what you like. They think you're weird and they give you crap for dressing like what makes you feel happy, then those people do not deserve to be in your life. And in overall, big picture, it's so much better to spend your time in life like wearing what makes you feel happy and what makes you feel the most like you, instead of spending time feeling like you're basically being suppressed in your fashion. The end. I really hope that helps you, Pixies. I'm wishing you all the best on your finding your style journey. I'm still going on mine. Mine is not finished. I have not figured everything out, so we're in this together. And feel free to ask me any questions. You can DM me on Instagram anytime. I try to respond as often as possible. You Pixies got this. I know you do. Oh, you know what would be really cute? If you like have an outfit that feels really genuine to you and you post it on your Instagram, tag me, because I want to see all of you thriving with your fashion. So yeah, I love you Pixies so much. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I've literally been wanting to make this for so long, so I'm so glad we finally did it. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. So let's have a discussion below. I really want to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I love you so much. Okay, I'm gonna come give you a forehead kiss. Mwah! Forehead kiss. I love you. Bye.